nutrition and wellness world is ever-changing and can be complicated and confusing. That's why each month we have the Kyle Files, where our resident wellness contributor, Kyle Buchanan, answers your health questions. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, good morning, you two. It's so bright. I love it.
What,
the outfit.
Oh,
and the lights.
Well.
The lights are also bright, but the outfit is also nice.
Yeah, we'd like to brighten up your day any way we can.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Okay, should we open up the file?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
The first question comes from Rachel in Canmore, Alberta. Rachel asks, are protein... No! I've jumped ahead. I'm so sorry, Rachel. Okay. That was not your question. Okay, I'm going... Oh, wait, let's see. Hold on. I'm going to look at the... Oh. Yes! Is it Friday yet? Okay, Rachel, Canmore, Alberta, says, are protein bars actually healthy?
We got there.
We got there.
Okay.
We got there. It's okay. It's the beauty of the bright. It's good. So it really, really depends. But if there was ever a time to read the ingredients and the nutrition panel, it would be protein bars, because it's really easy to think, oh, it's a protein bar. You know, I've heard protein is good for me. I need more of it, so it must be good for me. And that's not always the case. And you two, there are so many options out there. Everyone has a protein bar. Snickers has a protein bar, which is wild. And M&M, I think.
This reminds me, sorry, I had a personal trainer a long time ago. I asked this question.
Yeah.
He said, if it tastes like a candy bar, it is a candy bar.
Yeah. We just like to fool ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And it really, really depends. So there are a couple factors to keep in mind when looking for a protein bar. First, ideally, you're looking for one that has under 12 to 13 grams of sugar. Second, you want to find one that has the best type of protein for you. Some bars use really cheap types of proteins, some sort of milk proteins or soy proteins that can cause issues for some people. The other thing to watch for are sugar alcohols. So things like xylitol, erythritol, anything that ends with "-ol" when you're reading those ingredients is a sugar alcohol. And they're used a lot in the low sugar keto bars. Some people are absolutely fine with that. Some don't have a problem. Other people, it can unknowingly cause some gas and bloat and the farts, and they don't really know why. So those are just factors to consider. But there are really solid ones out there, and they can be a decent way to increase your protein intake come snack time. But a lot of them are just fancy candy bars, like you said, Jeff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Do your research.
Do your research.
Maybe stay away from those bars.
Just maybe.
Yes, for the good of all. From Sarah in Vancouver, she asked Kyle, I've heard if you have arthritis, you should avoid bell peppers. Why would that be?
So bell peppers are part of the nightshade family, which include potatoes, tomatoes, and eggplants. And these foods contain this compound called solanine, which for some people who are sensitive to it can cause inflammation and joint pain. It is a debated topic. And in practice, it really comes down to individuality. For some people, bell peppers can make arthritis pain worse. For others, they can do bell peppers, but for whatever reason can't do tomatoes. What I would say is if you are dealing with arthritis, it can be of benefit to go on an elimination diet, especially if you don't know why nothing's working. And when I work with people with arthritis, nightshades are normally part of that elimination because you don't know until you try. And then later, after there's been some healing, maybe some digestive work, you could reintroduce them one at a time, 3 days apart, and see how you feel. And as an aside, cooking can sometimes make a difference. You know, for some people, myself included, raw bell peppers I can't do. The next day, my hip's more sore because I have a bad hip. Cooked ones are fine. And we did the anti-nutrient segment, a few months back. The way produce and foods and grains are prepared can make a huge difference in how they actually impact your body.
Yeah. Tom Brady famously doesn't eat nightshades.
Really?
Yeah, that's been part of his diet for years.
Okay.
Because he thinks it's inflammatory, I believe.
Maybe for him, it for sure is, yeah. That's my first sports reference. I'm going to pocket it.
Okay.
And be like, sports? I was going to say Jeff Brady. Yeah. Jeff Brady can't do nightshades.
Yeah. All right, our next question is from Cosmin in Ottawa. And they ask, I've heard if you put magnesium on your feet, it will help you sleep. How can this work?
Interesting, right? I've talked about magnesium a lot on this show, but for good reason. It's a mineral involved in over 300 processes in our body, including supporting our stress response and helping us to relax. Now, you can take magnesium supplements, But you can also apply magnesium gels topically. And when you do this, the magnesium gets absorbed through the skin. What I especially love this for is localized muscle soreness. So if you have a sore leg or a sore back, applying magnesium gels can sometimes be beneficial. The sleep and feet thing is interesting. The theory is that magnesium is better absorbed through our feet and can quickly enter the system. There's not a lot of evidence backing this, but like a lot of things, some people find this works. And maybe it's something about rubbing into the acupressure points on our feet or the relaxing nature of that. Who knows? But I would say in practice, adding magnesium in some form, whether it is supplement or gels topically, it tends to make a difference for people. Yeah, if you do want to try the sleep and feet thing, you can get the magnesium gel in about 30 minutes before bed, apply it to your feet, let them dry, and then go to bed. Some people like putting socks on right after. I can't imagine putting socks on for sleep.
I don't like the idea of it, but I remember when I was a kid, there's something about the feet here. My mom would put the the Vapor Rub on her feet, and you put a sock on just so it contains it.
Yeah.
And that was the idea, that it would work even better if you put it on your feet.
Like, did your foot get a cold?
A chew? A little chew? I mean, here's the thing. Like, people do find it works, and I take weight in that. So just because there's not a ton of things backing it, if you're going to put it on somewhere, why not the feet, right?
Love it.
Why not?
Listen, as we've talked, I take magnesium most nights before bed, but this is like a game changer, mind blower, because there's two things I love, is magnesium and foot rubs. So
it's a win-win.
Yes.
Will you try and let me know?
I will.
Okay, you can take it home and try.
Okay.
Okay.
Kyle, thank you so much. If you've got any questions for Kyle, you can send him a DM on Instagram at @It'sKyleB, and we can feature your question on the next Kyle Files. Kyle, thanks again.
Thanks, you too.